Most of us are convinced that Christianity is marked, stamped with the character of Jesus. In other words,
Mm.
any attempt to define the faith that kind of short circuits around this phenomenal person, this unique person and his work, tends to end up something much less than what was intended. And if you take Jacques Ellul's kind of formula is not the word, but he said that Christianity minus Christ equals religion, and I think we both believe that very deeply. That to the degree that we diminish or remove Jesus from the center of our kind of consciousness and thought, we end up with something like a religion that can be very oppressive, actually, and very dangerous. It
Mhm.
was written for that reason then, but even more so now. The reason why we've rewritten or we've done a new edition is because we believe these last 10 or so years, but I would put it down to the last five particularly, have demonstrated that we need more than ever a recalibration around the person of Jesus again. And I say, like, if
Yeah.
the church doesn't look, act, sound, and think like Jesus, then it's probably not the church of Jesus. You know what I mean? And right now,
Mm.
we would be excused, for thinking that, the church doesn't look a lot and act a lot and sound a lot and think a lot like Jesus. So we think this is very, very
Yeah.
important, worth putting the
Yeah.
time in again, and worth, I think, an important read.
Yeah. Yeah. Mike, anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, I think if we call a spade, I think the kind of the diminishing of the Protestant church and the evangelical section of the Protestant church in the United States over recent years has really kind of accelerated that sense that the very people who are claiming to be people of the word, evangelical, the people of the
Yeah.
gospel, um, are the ones whose reputation is the lowest among
Hmm.
the average American. And I would suggest, indeed, that's the case around the world. I was just on an interview recently with someone in Ireland, and they said we just don't use that word. I mean, that word just like they're the bad guys for us, And I
Mm.
mean,
Yeah.
there are other dynamics happening in Ireland, of course, but all
Mm.
that to say, how extraordinary that the very people who are claiming to be now. We could argue whether they are, but claiming to be people of the word, of the gospel, of Jesus, are the ones whose reputations are for grasping after political power and multiple scandals among leadership and the like,
Yeah.
contributing to an ongoing culture of racism and misogyny and so on
Hmm.
and so forth. And I don't want to slam everyone in that particular kind of
Yeah.
sector of the church, but we're speaking more broadly and generally.
Yeah.
Things
Yeah.
that we felt back in 2008 about the need to recalibrate back to Jesus have only increased over the
Yeah.
last, as Alan said, 10 or more years. And